Hey, Char friends, welcome back. So we made it to day 6.5. This is the emotional 3-1, 6.5 day sequence, and we're going to talk about the last 12-hour sequence before this switches into the 3-2. All right, so you can see here this little rectangle, that's the 12 hours we're going to talk about on this post, and you can already tell in the last 24 hours, you can see this elevation that's holding up here. So what's happening here, when we get to the end of an emotional, we're starting to have a polarity flip with one of those capital E's, okay? So the macro E. And it's already starting to bring weather back up again. So we talked about why weather got so crazy during the solstice, and it's not going to get as crazy now as this starts to elevate, but I promise you, you're going to see weather patterns increasing. And right here in the United States, there are all kinds of storms that are just getting ramped up and are going to hit tonight. That's what's going on right here. So the Northeast that's about to get hit, all predicted. Now, what we're trying to do is help people understand these unseen polarity points. They're getting us agitated. They're causing us to cause a bunch of stress and a bunch of conflict. And then what that's doing is that's actually amplifying the weather. Those two things are connected in space-time reality. I'm sorry you didn't know that. That's just how it works. So Mother Nature is actually connected to us when you think of it that way. Now, you can see why Health Reconnected is so laser focused on trying to keep everybody calm and everybody cooperative because our weather is getting downright out of control. Okay. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to move our way down because we already know when we get to the end of a sequence, we're on high alert. High alert for the next 12 hours. High alert, high alert, high alert. And you're going to see me in the next 12 hours do a second post when we get to the 3-2. And that's not changing. When we do that 24-hour segment, because then we'll do a full 24 hours, it's going to be the same thing. And not only do we have an E that's starting to go into polarity, but when we get into the 3-2, we're going to have a small m, that 7.5 day frequency come in too. This is going to be turbulent for the next couple days. All right, so quick on objective here. Right now, we want as many people seeing this. We want everybody sharing this. We got to keep people calm. That's objective number one. If we're not doing that, well, what's happening is it's tricking us into fight with each other. Now, we're all connected to the same family. It's a mathematical family, and you're expected to get along with everybody. And if someone's not getting along, you're expected to help that person figure out how to get that back in order because we need to have cooperation. And not only do we need to have cooperation at every level of our society, we need to start to focus and balance all of our routines on, well, how are we going to keep the family, the individual, the national, and the world perspectives balanced? You see, when you look around and you see this crazy weather and you see all this turbulence going on in our nations, it's because we've overinvested down here. Okay. And that's just what's happening at the larger levels. Now, at the individual level, this chart right here is telling you where you're going to hurt or where your body's aging prematurely and where you're going to have future states of disease if you decide not to get along with these first person perspectives and these third person perspectives. You have to be balanced. Okay. So if you're out of balance with any of these or you're out of balance with any of these, they align with the quadrant of the body. So if you start to have problems, you know exactly what you need to focus on. You need to come to healthreconnected.com. You use our technology, you punch in the things that you don't want to feel, the times that you felt it, and we specifically show you what you need to focus on, what you need to expand so that you can start feeling better even faster. Now, quick reminder here. These are the frequencies that are testing us over the 6.5 day sequence. These are the frequencies that are going to be testing us over the next 12 hours. They are not asking questions. They are in control. They are checking or cross-referencing our frequencies against these large, powerful frequencies. And if our frequencies are out of balance, destructive interference, unpleasantness, that's what that is. We don't want that. Here, we're trying to help you to understand how to re-diversify, how to reinvest, how to become cooperative, because if we do those things and we get in frequency, constructive interference, we can heal our bodies. We can heal our environment. We can make everything exponentially better. Super cool stuff. Let's get down here. All right, so obviously we've got a whole 24-hour guide here, all right? Even though we're only really going to talk about the first 12 hours because we're going to do another post that's going to start here and then go a whole 24 hours out. Now, high alert. Third person, not so much, but you can see what's coming. And first person, high alert, high alert, high alert. Next 12 hours, everybody's got to stay calm, patient, cooperative. End of story. You can see what's coming here. This is what's going to disturb the weather. This is why the weather patterns are going to go up. This is why the weather patterns are going to stay elevated. This is why social tension is about to elevate again. Again, we got to start spreading this message as soon as possible. All right, that's enough about the electromagnetics. Now, anybody that's new here and we're looking at these guides, what we've done is we've zoomed in this 12-hour sequence, and then we've actually got the next 12 hours connected to it. That's going to be the 3-2. And we've got 24 time zone offset. So what it does is it takes in the zoomed in level and it aligns the times here. So you would find your time zone. I do this every time. Would be -6, so we got to get to -4. It's going to be this one. This would be -4 Eastern time zone. I would screenshot this, and now the peaks of all these polarity moments are going to be aligned with the times for Eastern time. Now, find your appropriate time zone, take this picture. You don't need to do this. We've got something even simpler. You know that on our homepage, we have a live feed, universal time. It's got a time bar that's going through this, showing us exactly where we are in the electromagnetic sequence. Super easy. Get used to coming to the site. I would highly suggest having that up like a clock, just like a watch. Look at that, just like you look at what time of the day it is. You should know when these are coming because otherwise, what's happening is they're tricking you. They're making you feel agitated from the inside out. And what it does is it keeps you short and it keeps you arguing with the people around you. You don't want that. Stress is not what we want. We want to eliminate our stress. All right. So now we've got some alignments that we're going to talk about in this first 12 hours. And it's only the first 12 hours because I'll talk about this one in the next post. All right. Now, both alignments are happening at the same time and in the same duration. There are 3 hours alignments. There's a space alignment and a time alignment, and they are going to affect equally the right side of the body, the right upper quadrant and the right lower quadrant. So obviously, during this 3 hour segment, I imagine a lot of people are going to be feeling stuff primarily on their right, and that's if they're out of balance. Now, a lot of people are probably thinking to themselves, I'm not out of balance. I think I got this, a hang of this. No, not even close. We had no idea that these unseen agitations were getting us, first of all. And second of all, look at the world around us. If most people or a lot of people were in balance, our world wouldn't look the way it is. So the first thing we got to do here is we got to accept the truth. We got to accept what we see in this reality, and then we got to do something to fix it. Because if we continue to conduct ourselves and we keep our routines and we keep arguing and disagreeing with people, this ain't getting any better. In fact, it's about to get a whole lot stronger. Okay. So we are trying to warn you there's a whole lot more strength coming here as this season unwinds and we get into the fall season. This is not calming down. This means we have to be focused on this. We need to be working together. End of story. All right. Let's get down here. Testing sequence, where the macros are going to be for the next 12 hours. Look at everything's on the right side. So for the next 12 hours, imagine you're going to feel stuff on the right side of your body. This could be affecting and causing headaches, sinus problems, heart stuff, lung stuff, digestive stuff, reproductive stuff, urinary bladder stuff, lower extremity stuff, you name it. It's on the table. Now, when we look at the testing sequence, we're just going to look at the first 12 hours, okay? Left upper quadrant, not so much. Now, there is a small M parked here. This is a 7.5 day frequency. It's strong enough that there are going to be some people that are going to feel this, no doubt about it. That's the only one, okay? And in the left lower quadrant, it looks like that's pretty low here too, but this is also a strong frequency. This is a year M frequency. People are going to feel this. Now, still way more probable that right side is going to be the issue here. So just pay attention to that right side. Now, if you have a hit, you got to document it for us because we can really help you know what you got to do, know what you got to expand. We can make it super simple. The more you document what you don't like, the more we can help you get what you want. Okay. And what you want, I'm guessing, is to feel better and to have better quality of life and not have to worry about future states of disease. And don't you forget, there's a reward if we accomplish this objective. We get out of this negative feedback loop. We get to go to a positive feedback loop. So those are all the reasons why you should care and why you would want to do this. All right. All right. So again, for new users, we've got the entire rest of 2024 posted. You don't have to wonder when the weather's going to get crazy again. All right. So let's just take a look here because we did this the other day too. This is what's coming. This is the 3-2. You can see it. Here's the elevation now. It's nothing like what the solstice was. Okay. We're not having another one like this until I think August 8th is when we get another real strong one like this. So I'm already giving you the prediction for August. We're going to have some crazy stuff happen if we don't get our ducks in a row here and start to organize together as all these nations, all these communities in this interconnected world, we can slow this down. If not, this is what's coming again in August. All right. And I don't like what's happening right now. So let's do as much as we can here as soon as we can. These guides are so you can look forward in the future and know one, we know what we're talking about. And two, if you've got plans, well, at least now you know if you're going to be in big groups of people, well, there are polarity moments happening. I said this yesterday. The more people you put together and the higher the polarity moments are, the more likely some real unpleasant stuff is going down. That's just how this works. All right. Still haven't changed this out. Health Reconnected is on the verge of launching. We're about to start contacting everybody, every major organization you can imagine. So we have not taken a ton of time to do confirmation videos. In fact, we're about to synchronize this with our database. That will be the ultimate confirmation. We're coming, people. We're on the way. And then here's our little request form. Whether you send us a request or not, we're going to continue to do this. We're going to continue to keep you posted and updated. Cannot wait. All right, so I'm going to see you again in another 12 hours. Everybody, full calm, collective, and collaborative. That's how we get through this. That's the only way we get through this. Talk to you soon.